Hey, I'm Smirky, and during Group B in Katowice, Mouz went up against Ents on the T side of Vertigo, and during their game, they ran a really early B execute that forced Ents to go into positions where they are exposed, or to fall off where they have no information, leading to a high-paced blanket of flashes for the CTs to deal with. At the start of the round, we're going to see a smoke landing between white and wood. This will be intended to push the CTs forward into positions that is predictable, or for them to fall off where they have no information. And then you will also have flashbangs for your B players to peek out into stairs, acting like a normal default. Meanwhile on A, you have xertioN faking A control, but later xertioN will come to B. Once they get stairs control, they will molly wood and wait for any punishers to go their way. Soon as they get something, they will lead into their execute. We're going to see a smoke landing at CT, a flash white, and a flash on stairs, all together making it really difficult to avoid, and later Mouz will just completely cover the site with players. Siuhy at the start of the round will throw that stair smoke. He will do this by getting into this corner, aiming at the middle part of this window and a bit to the left, and then jump throw. This smoke will land between white and wood, forcing the CTs to come forward. As we see in this round, this will bait them to come into positions like wood, where they could get mollied or spammed, or into white, which is a very linear angle that the Ts can easily hold. And if the CTs don't push, Mouz can't really punish the CTs, but because they have no information, they can slowly creep up behind the smoke, allowing them to execute behind it. After throwing the smoke, he will throw a flashbang for his teammate to get out of stairs. But if your teammate is already out of stairs, you don't need to throw this flashbang. At this point, Siuhy is going to be juggling this angle, ready for players who are desperate for information to peek out, but is also ready to dodge enemy flashbangs. In this round, Jmpphat's Molotov does miss, so he's going to throw this HE, hoping to deal damage. But shortly after, Goofy will peek out into white, hungry for information, and as soon as he gets that kill, that's Mouz's trigger to go for the execute. Siuhy's going to be the entry, and he will run in with his fist against a wall, relying on his teammates' flashes to blind those on sight, allowing him and his teammates to get out and cover the site in bodies. Brollan is a supportive major piece in this execute. In this, he will hold mid for a little bit, but will then transition to this lineup, where he lines up with the vent and this bottom part of the wall. And when his teammates are ready for the execute, he jump throws the smoke that lands CT. But do be aware that CTs could still peek out of Guardian, however, it's a very easy and predictable angle for the T side to hold. After throwing the smoke, he will come onto this barrier, put his crosshair to the left of this pillar, and left click throw. This flashbang is intended to get CTs on site while his teammates are running upstairs. The likelihood of your teammates getting blind by this flashbang is pretty close to null. After throwing the flashbangs, he can just hold the flank. xertioN will be in charge of faking A control, preventing scenarios where the CTs can just fully rotate to B, as they know there is presence on A. In this round, he will remove information from ramp by throwing the cement smoke, Molotov second ramp, and throw this flashbang to punish those who are peeking. Then a HE for yellow. Afterwards, he can silently make his way to B, not making any noise for the A players to go off. When xertioN peeks outstairs, look what he does. He plays anti-flash. In the scenario that his teammates, who are waiting for any peeks, do get blinded by a pop flash, xertioN, who won't be blind, can easily turn around and help. And during this entry path, he will stick to playing anti-flash, trusting his teammates' flashes to get him out. Looking at Jmpphat, at the start of the round, he will throw this default flashbang to get early CT players off the angle. In this round, it looks like he wants to peek out with Siuhy's flashbang, but the HE from the CT side will delay him. When he comes out, he then wants to throw a Molotov for wood, removing one of the angles that I mentioned earlier. I believe in this round, Jmpphat messed up with his left and right click throw, as regardless of where you're aiming, it should land pretty consistently if you let go of left and right click at the same time. After throwing the Molotov, he will occasionally play anti-flash, but will also be aware players are white. When his teammate gets the kill on white, he will speed up and get a kill onto Kyler, and then once again when he's coming onto the site, he's going to play anti-flash to make sure he doesn't get blind by his teammate's flashbang, where he later gets the kill onto a blind hit. Now lastly, let's take a look at Torzsi. Torzsi at the start of the round will be with his teammates at B. Again, similar to Siuhy, he's ready for any information hungry CTs to peek out. When they don't get anything in this round, he will start slowly moving his way up, but again, keeping an eye on white. In this round, he is going to have to molly wood since Jmpphat's Molotov missed, and when his teammates are ready to execute, he stands to the corner of this box, aims at this yellow mark and left click throws. And this flashbang will land behind white, blinding CTs who are side, generator, guardian, etc. But do beware if you are playing in random queues, you might not want to throw this exact flashbang as your teammates might get angry. So maybe go for something like this, where it goes more behind white. Or this one where it goes behind the site, but won't be as effective as Torzsi's flash. When his teammates are on site, he can come over and plant the bomb.